All right, guys. Very, 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 very busy night. I mean, this is the thing we've been complaining about Dokkan a lot over the years. Is Dokkan will be like, a week with nothing. You get one quest mode free to play character, and that's it. And then, the 27th, sitting here starving. What can I record? Who knows? And then on the 28th, they're like, all right, time for an avalanche, a flood of information. Now, I want to kind of focus this video on this right here, the 10th anniversary, coin collecting campaign, right? You know how there's kind of like new missions, stuff like that, every single month. What's pretty crazy about this, I did not think that they would actually really do this. I don't think they ever confirmed that this was going to happen, but 10th anniversary is approaching. Coin collecting campaign part 3 is coming soon. In part 3, certain characters who debuted after the end of the 4th anniversary celebration and before the end of the 6th anniversary celebration will be strengthened for a limited time. This is 5th anniversary LR Gogeta, 5th anniversary LR Vegito. This is the 2019 Worldwide Download Celebration Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and INT LR Perfect Cell. I forgot to pull them up. Hang on. All right. So, these are the big boys themselves. So these 4 characters are about to be running shit. Now, the 3rd and 4th anniversary LRs are really improved. I haven't used them much. I think a lot of that just has to do with they're not really on like showcase characters teams and shit like that. But like, dude, Cell is gonna be on Buhan's team. And like Gohan is guarding. And he's going to have a lot of defense. And, like, these guys with their dodging and their mechanics, like, the 3rd and 4th anniversary LRs, like, like, they were improved. They were good. These guys are just, like, straight up going to become, like, the best characters in the game or something like that. These 4, there is a huge difference between, like, the 3rd anniversary Fusion EZAs and these guys. Right? It's going to be a big difference, man. So, let's read through this. We'll take a look at what the buffs look like. And yeah, okay, all right. So the boost will be applied to the EZA characters. Characters after transformation will also be strengthened. All 4 of them are transforming characters. And they're scheduled to remain strengthened until mid-January, so right before the 10th anniversary. So it's like they're going to let us dominate content right now, just before they add in, the really hard fights of the 10th anniversary. Yeah. Just before they add in the pesky artificial life form mission and shit like that of the 10th anniversary. They'll be buffed until then. Text boosted for a limited time will be added to the passive for the characters. Rest of the passive remains unchanged. Boosted content varies between characters. So I don't recall them saying this before, right? Is this not the first time they've said this? Again, I'm not able to catch and remember literally 100% of everything that happens always 100% of the time. But, like, it's like I've got a good... I don't remember them saying this, is my point right here. And if we grab Proton, okay, our goat right here, here's him going over what the buffs were. And I don't think I did see this before, but I don't think I really talked about this much. But so the buffs that these characters got right here, these are the 4 characters that are currently buffed. And we see right there, boosted for a limited time. But it doesn't actually specify what that is. Now, who knows? We don't know what the buffs are going to be for, the upcoming LRs. But here's what, like, they all had. Plus 800% attack, plus 1000% defense, and 100% chance to crit is what they got. Except for Super Gogeta, who got these extra buffs. Now, the reason for this, let's just look at Super Gogeta transformed versus Super Vegito transformed, and it's very clear why. Super Gogeta, a lot of his kit, the super effective against all types and the crit, like crits and super effective are a lot of his kit considering how little stuff there is, you know, compared to how it is nowadays, right? Whereas, like, you know, Vegito didn't have any of that. Like, he just had all this defensive ability and the counters and stuff like that. So he just gets 100% chance to crit. Well, Gogeta gets 100% chance to crit from the buff, but then that literally invalidates half of his kit, basically. Right? Like half of his kit is not doing anything. So I'm pretty certain that's the reason. Now, it's so funny because, you know, I was asked today, like, you know, like, compared to Legends, like, Legends has their characters that they suck off like crazy. Gohan, typically, like, Android 18 historically has been very busted in Legends, stuff like that. Like, what's a character that's really crazy in Dokkan? And the first character comes to mind for me is Gogeta. Right? Like what's a character who's, like, always crazy in Dokkan? Gohan works as well. But, like, Gogeta, right? Like, since the 7th anniversary, is it not a thing where, like, Gogeta is just constantly, like, glazed? Like, he's just, Dokkan just blows him off nonstop. Now, this, I feel like, is for a good reason, but is there a darker reason, which is that they just always want Gogeta to be getting better buffs? I don't know. Yeah, Proton agrees, though, since the guaranteed crit temporary buff makes 2 of his already existing skills nearly useless. Yeah. Most of the stuff that Gogeta did was pointless. So, when we come back to this, and they talk about, where is it? Boosted content varies between characters right here. So, let's look at the blue fusion. So, remember, they're identical in base. There's literally no changes. Only difference is their links and stats and stuff like that. So, we go transforms, and then here we go, right? Gogeta. So he's got the super effective first or second attack in the turn. But then down here, guaranteed crits at 24 key. That's just the main thing we could highlight, right? Same thing. But Vegito is like additional. And then down here, he gets another additional. So if they just tap 100% crit on them, yet again, Vegito is going to outclass Gogeta by 1,000 times. Now, people do, like, you know, APT and they crunch the numbers and stuff like that. And people, you know, they've talked obnoxiously about it for 100 years. Like, the whole entire time the game has existed. Oh my god, well, if actually this character's better than this character, because according to their averages and stuff like that, a character does more damage. But here's the thing. He does do guaranteed crits at 24 key, but he also does a lot of additional fucking normals, right? Whereas Vegito just goes super, 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 right? Now, they're going to need, if they're going to do the same buff again, like they did before, which is, oh, nope, not right. We're going to talk about that in 2 seconds. But this right here, where they're just giving 100% crit, if they do that again, they're going to have to give Gogeta a little bit more. Especially because Gogeta's going to super, normal, right? And then that's going to be it. So, it's, in order to match Vegito, who is going to be super, 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 like, they're going to have to probably give him more stats. Because that's just how it goes. I love this. I don't love this. Nah, I'm good. So we'll see what they're going to do. I think they'll do a good job. Perhaps even just like the straight up stats buffs might be different or something like that. We'll see. And then, of course, I mean, Gohan and Cell are also going to be very intriguing. So Cell, I mean, he is just pretty much just raw stats and base. What does he look like transformed again, Cell? He does have damage reduction. 3% per key sphere obtained. Okay. Now, keep in mind, Cell, I mean, chat. Power absorption. Right? Like, it seems like that new Dokkan Fest Buhan, I mean, once you get into his domain, it is, like, over. It's done. It is. Once that shit is out there, like, it does seem like it is worth the risk to overload your team with power absorption characters just because you get that domain out and whew, it's curtains for the boss. So, this guy is interesting, man. And then, like, if you take a lot of damage, I mean, okay, so you run Cell. You're running some shitty, what's like a really dog shit power absorption character that everyone loves? That took me 2 seconds to think of that. Really dog shit character that everyone loves. Oh, how about this guy, right? So we run this guy, and he takes 600k damage turn 1, because that's what he does. But then Cells on the next turn, we transform right away. Boom. And then we got, you know, Buhan's domain up and stuff like that, and we're cooking. That's very interesting. And Gohan, Gohan is going to be good because he actually just straight up has the guard mechanic, which, I mean, it's, you know, oftentimes just guard does not really cut it anymore. But, I mean, if he's going to have fucking 1,000% defense on top of it, it's probably going to be looking pretty good. Probably going to be looking pretty good. Now, I mean, this is still going to be, you know, a Christmas miracle to get this out. Although, I mean, that Android 16 is not the worst. I mean, I mean, he was pretty solid when he came out in March. When did Android 16 come out? Let me relook at his kit. Android 16. So, yup, he's got the guard, the stats when attacking, high chance to crit, damage reduction. Yeah, he's solid, man. Man, could you imagine? I mean, Android / Cell Saga is not exactly a team. But, yeah, okay. So, I mean, I'm excited. I think that this Gohan should be pretty effective. Like, these guys are going to be fun as shit to run, man. So there's that. I have all the other characters pulled up. We also have the missions here. So these are the missions that we're actually going to be doing with the buffed characters. We're going to do a boss rush stage, stage 5 Infinite Dragon Ball History, the legendary Vegeta event, and then any stage of the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone. So it's going to be fun. I have enjoyed getting these 10th anniversary coins. And, I mean, we're going to, you know, get your play in it. Dude, they're doing this because they know people are like, all right, Dokkan, it's been a good year, but I'm out. I'll see you for 10th anniversary. Going to take a break from the game. And Amatsu's like, whoa there. Actually, don't you want to use buffed Vegito Blue until mid-January? They're not slick, dude. They know people are like, yeah, time for a bit of a break. He said, no. You know you want to use this. Vegito plus 1,000% attack? Yeah, come on, down. Yeah, he knows. All right, so let me know what y'all think. The 5th anniversary Blue Fusions are still effective characters even right now. It's a little specific, but you could get away with it with them because, you know, in base, you have 70% dodge, so you just float them. Then they come back, and then they have 100% dodge. And then, I mean, presumably you would be able to kill the boss then, before they would then even be able to get hit. So you could run the Blue Fusions in such a way where they literally never get targeted in really tough fights right now. So imagine them with these buffs. Woo! It's about to be crazy.